honey, and your mechanat when the phone rings. Ooh, answer it in the voice is...
What are you doing with my daughter?
Ooh, tell her girl, and she say...
My dad is dead.
Then who was phone?
Hello and welcome to this festive episode of the Spoops podcast.
We are so glad that you're tuning in. Couple things. Steven is fed and in camera view.
I'm not in a cooler.
Which is a rarity, but also the wonderful wives. The things that make us...
The things, Bradley.
The women that make us brother-in-laws.
The women, Bradley. This beautiful, precious pearl, this gem of beyond gems. Hi, Grandma Sharon. This beautiful perfection that is the encapsulation of all my hopes and dreams. Not a mere woman.
We're just gonna start this now for the video viewers. The bottom third of the screen. I'm just gonna put it on there. You're gonna see it. Watch this. Oh, well, that's... Anyway. But we're just going to start a running tally of weeks that the husbands are spending on the couch.
You're already at 2.
Yeah.
But no, so we are super excited that they're going to be here. They're going to be helping us really decipher the post that we got from the blog today. So really looking forward to that. They're really interesting. They're both involving like childhood games. So I think this is going to be really, really fun. But before we get too far in that, Steven, let's flash back to your normal home in the cooler. See if you have any special announcements for us.
Hi, thanks for watching the Spoops Pod. If you want, you could get 4 of your friends together for a viewing party, and we'll record you a custom introduction to the next episode of the podcast. They also might feed me if you do that. Fingers crossed. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, etc. at your earliest convenience for the sake of my well-being. We've also got some viewer goals just around the corner. At 100, we're going to do a dramatic reading of one of our previous story reads, like from a script. And at 500, not only will we be going to hunt the water for sheep squatch, but I might see the sun. Okay, we should probably stop now because they're going to be back in a minute. And if I behave well and don't speak, Bradley and Josh might give me a blanket. I'll see you next time.
Steven's in a cooler. Ha 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 ha.
Well, thank you for those kind words, Steven. It is so good to always see you breathing. Especially because, you know, of how cold it was. Like,
Those coolers are airtight. It's a miracle. Just gotta open the door at just the right time.
Well, I think Steven's getting close to inventing a new dance move inside of there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shivering's almost syncopated with itself.
So, yeah, to cite our sources today, we're pulling from the blog that we've been really diving into. It's that culmination of everything. It's, you know, it's been really cool to kind of pull and gather all this stuff. Well, somebody else has gathered it, but, like, us being able to take all this stuff and, like, you know, I don't know, it's just nice. It's better than the troll pasta.
I would say so. And this week's conspiracy theory was pulled from Wikipedia, from Channel Federator, from 16 different websites that had ruins for Nordic symbols, Pinterest, a conspiracy fan board,
The most reputable source.
YouTube again,
Oh, man.
a fandom site that talks about the cast of a certain movie we'll cover in a second. Oh, yes, and the Book of Revelations, NIV, and myself. I'm citing myself as an expert about this now because I am an expert on this theory. Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Where are the Girl Scouts at?
Upstairs. You know.
Hey, can you show me how
You don't.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
You're
no,
good,
give
you're
me a
good.
second.
You guys are in the middle of a live broadcast.
No, it's all
You're
recorded.
good.
You're good.
Yeah, pre-recorded. That's all good.
No, it's okay. They can just replace me with
I'm
this.
sorry, guys.
You're all
Yeah.
good. You're good.
You sound like a bunch of little girls in here.
Zing.
Oh man, I hope that got picked up by the shotgun mic.
Oh, it did.
Good. That needs to make it. It sounds like there's a bunch of little girls in here.
Oh, my heart.
What?
Let's launch into this first story. It's called The Board Experience.
The what experience?
The board, BOARD, like game board.
Oh, gotcha.
And it looks like this is a review for the Ouija board.
Oh, the Luigi board.
Yeah, the Ouija board.
Luigi?
The squeegee board?
Ouija.
I really
Like
was
the-
I was just hearing Luigi board.
No, the Ouija board.
Ouija.
Not Luigi.
Phonetically.
Oh, goodness.
The Owaja board?
No, watch it. The spirit board.
The Elijah
Okay.
board?
So, Josh, you'll be reading the blue parts. Steven, you'll be reading the red. Just real quick, as a post note, Josh, you are the younger brother, technically my younger brother, and Steven, you're the monster. Think tall, clear.
Dark and handsome.
No,
Perfect.
Kool-Aid
I'm
Man.
already there, minus the clear part.
No, it's oh my.
Oh my. I missed the end of that, though, because I was talking about how handsome I am.
Basically, you slam through walls and chase the people around.
But I'm
You're-
clear.
So he's
yeah.
basically the Kool-Aid
He's
Man.
basically the Kool-Aid
Okay,
Man.
gotcha.
Clothes on.
Oh yeah!
All right, I can work with that. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
This audio is going to be so
Do you
clipped.
hear what I hear?
This looks like a review for the Ouija board. 1 out of 5 stars. If I could rate this 0, I would. This is a board game made by Hasbro Games, but in my experience, this should not be a toy that any child plays with. I am in my 20s, and it scared the ever-growing butt burrito right out of me. My younger brother and I were going through Walmart getting cheap presents for our families. Be mad all you want. I have an entry-level job for experience more than money, and it was the best that I can do. Anyways, we're walking up and down the toy aisle, getting things for some of our younger cousins, when we both stopped and stared. There it was, a Ouija board, just sitting there, right on the shelf. We couldn't believe it. With a quick glance between us, we abandoned the task at hand and quickly ran to the self-checkout, the board in our grasp. We paid the money and started on our journey home.
Dude, I can't believe we're gonna do this.
chimed Miles. He was super excited. He had a sparkle in his eye about everything. One that his first year at college had yet to take.
Oh, okay.
It'll be a blast, I responded. We quickly sped around turns as I took We quickly sped around turns as I took us closer to the little apartment I called home. We both were nearly bouncing with excitement as we quickly unbuckled and got out of the car. You see, my parents were against anything occult as we grew up. No Halloween movies, no Pokemon, and under no circumstances, no summoning a ghost for tea time. But that barrier made this all the more exciting. We thought this was just some stupid toy, not actual conduit to that other place. Miles started to rip open the packaging on the floor of the living room while I grabbed some snacks for the kitchen. Never summon hungry, as the adage goes.
Never someone hungry.
Once the box was open, we were staring face to face with the taboo of our childhood. We quickly sat on opposite sides of the board, each of us touching the planchette, waiting for anything to happen. "Hello?" I finally croaked. Is anyone there?"
Yeah!
Miles parroted.
Any spirits want to come and play?
Silence. Nothing but silence. I kind of figured nothing would happen, but still, It would have been cool if something happened. Beautiful. The planchette began to move around the board.
H-E-L-L-O. It's spelling hello.
Miles stated matter-of-factly. You better not be screwing with me, Miles. If you are, I swear to Nog, I will have you join this non-existent spirit. I looked over at Miles, and he was white as a sheet. I knew instantly he wasn't messing with me, and from my reaction, he knew I wasn't messing with him.
Skirt.
The planchette began moving again.
D-A.
I'm hearing children in my headphones. Is there a reason for that? Okay.
He summoned the ghost here.
I'm like, this suddenly got a little too real for me.
I just open the window and there's like... I just open the window and there's like 15 kids' faces all just...
So, the planchette began moving again.
D-A-R-K-S-O-D-A.
Miles trailed off.
Dark soda? What's dark soda?
No, you idiot. Dark. So dark. He keeps spelling that over and over again. Again, the planchette spelled dark, so dark, this time even faster than before. The speed was increasing by the second, and I was having trouble keeping my hands on the stupid piece of wood.
I got it!
Miles yelled over the sound of the marbles on the wooden board. He removed his hands and clapped, turning on all the lights in the living room. Clappers, I know, so lame. In that process, though, I felt the planchette reef from my hands as it went flying across the room, sticking into the wall. Dang it, Miles! I grunted in frustration. There goes my security deposit.
What? I was just turning on it.
Run.
A single word interrupted Miles' sentence.
Run.
The voice said again, deep and terrifying, but also playful in a way.
Run. 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 I'm coming to get you.
All of a sudden, what best could be described as a humanoid came bursting through the wall.
Oh my!
The being was huge, transparent, and charging straight at me. I dodged his outstretched hand, and he dove past me.
You better run! 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 I'm coming!
I didn't stick around for the rest. I grabbed Miles' hand as we took off through the house. The sound of crashing behind me let me know that we were being chased by this unknown creature. And then I heard it. The sound of a solid hand slamming into flesh, followed by an almost sultry
Tag, you're in.
Before I could even register what happened, I felt something take over my body and slam me to the floor. Dazed, I looked up to see Miles, a crazed look in his eyes.
Tag, you're it!
Said the body of Miles. But the voice was different. I saw his pupils dilate, and the next thing I knew, the world around me grew red, and all I wanted to do was hunt. I tore after the biggest of the two blurry objects as I chased it around, and I noticed myself growing more and more dizzy. Then I noticed a small figure to my left, and I reached out and swiped at that figure. I said, "Tag," in a voice that wasn't my own, and then I was back to the present, and my brother was on the ground, panting. I noticed his eyes grow narrow, and I took off running. What the heck was happening? All of a sudden, the thing from earlier was running beside me.
Isn't tag fun?
He screamed as he ran past me. I kept running after him for what felt like hours, swapping back and forth with my brother, neither one of us able to catch the mysterious thing, till my brother was chasing after us, and he collapsed, exhausted, panting on the ground. I collapsed as well, exhausted, way too exhausted to move.
You lose. And as punishment, one of you must pay the price.
He walked over to my brother lying on the ground and picked him up by the face. I looked on in horror as a third arm grew from his finger. The smaller arm was still about the size of a child's arm and seemed just as dangerous as the rest of him. He reached into my brother's mouth with the smaller arm and removed a tooth.
If you ever want to play again, just give me a call. Remember, I'm your friendly neighborhood Sven, and I love tag.
And with that, he was gone, leaving only the destroyed apartment and my brother and I both crumpled in the middle of the room. Anyway, back to the rating. 0 stars. If I wanted to play tag, I would have just gone to the park.
Wow.
So is this the Tooth Fairy? I'm really... You just went...
Okay, so it's like the Tooth Fairy met the Kool-Aid Man, and then they had a child.
And the child's arm reached in.
Yeah. Or hear me out.
It's like a xenomorph.
Or hear me out. There was budget cuts that happened in like the supernatural entity department, and now one has to play the role of two. So Kool-Aid Man
Doubles as Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
Well, so and what I find so interesting is because I don't have a lot of Experience with the Ouija. Grandma, you'll be very happy to know that I've never Ouija'd in my life. But so I had to do a little bit of research into this to to like actually like figure out like what is the taboo and what don't you do. And what they did was one of them didn't keep contact with it, causing it to fly off the board, and they didn't close the connection. And they didn't also ask for friendly spirits. Miles just said, hey, does any spirit want to come and play? And so
take this as a precautionary lesson. Now, all of you who are going through Walmart right now, listening to us in your ears, first off, welcome to this enjoyment that is listening to a podcast inside of a Walmart. Number 2, you walk past the board game aisle right now, and you see the Luigi board, and then you just know this is useful hints. Like, for example, if I was to ever use a Luigi board, I would make sure that I only asked for spirits that would do cleaning. I would ask for maybe the spirit of Dobby the house elf, who is not dead and is waiting for something to do.
Just don't give him a sock.
Yeah, don't free him. Yeah. That's valid. That's valid.
Though, can you imagine waking up at 2:00 in the morning to a poking on your face and it's like, sir? Dobby is so happy to see you, sir.
I'm enamored with the idea of you having a conversation with Grandma where you're going, I did do a little bit of recreational Ouijaing in college. I was exploring myself. I was finding my place in the world.
No, that was one thing. I never got into the Ouijaing, man.
No.
I had some friends who were really into bird entrails, but I stayed clear of it.
I could have gone real off into the deep end. So
cute.
So to our special guests, the gift of. No. Okay. To the special guests on the
let the wives
podcast.
rate.
Yeah. What do we think here? Is this scary? Is this not scary? What do you think?
It certainly had my skin crawling at the tooth pulling. Good God.
Tooth pulling.
Do you not like the dentist?
I despise the dentist.
I love
the dentist. I love the dentist.
Katie,
You scare me.
I want to go to the dentist so bad right
I'm more afraid of you than the story.
I love the dentist.
Katie, I'm going to write a horror story that's just going to feature you, the girl who loves the dentist. It's going to be a dentist who hates his job, and then one day there's a girl who's just like, get inside of my mouth. Poke him. Look around.
Redacted.
No. Okay. I was just saying, I wasn't trying to say anything else. You nasty.
That would be the real partner for Doctor.
Okay, so let's get to the ratings.
Yeah, so we
so the ratings go.
1 is spoopy.
No, 1 is crappy.
Oh, crappy, yeah.
2 is spook. 2 is too spooky for me. 3 is...
Wait, what?
No,
What?
1 is creepy.
Okay.
2 is spoopy.
Spoopy!
Yeah.
I forgot the...
3 is spook.
No. First one is spoop.
Spoop.
Number 2 is 2 spooks for me. And then number 3 was was just spooky.
Yeah.
And then number 5 was 2 spooks for me.
What about 4?
You already said that.
Yeah, Creppy was the first one.
Yeah, Creppy.
Creppy.
And then spooky.
Y'all need to write this down.
So, okay, here we go.
Creppy.
1 is Creppy. 2 is Spoopy. 3 is 2 Spoops for me. 4 is Spooky. And 5 is just like scary, like legit terrifying. Like the clowns.
5 is clowns. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 is clowns.
Okay, my wife is confused by that one, as she's never listened to a single episode of this podcast.
Just pick a number, 1 to 5. Katie.
Yeah.
Not scary. Scary.
It didn't really freak me out. I'll do 2.
Okay. That's a 2.
Which is
Spoopy.
Spoopy. Yeah.
That's where
This is a quiz.
Yeah, probably spoopy.
Spoopy.
2 spooks for me.
So that's a 4?
I think
Yeah,
it's funny
five.
to
No, 3.
She's going with the 3. Wow, I came up with this naming convention and I can't keep track of it.
Surprise.
Is that a problem? No.
Boy, howdy do I love planned
I mean, he just
obsolescence.
wants to play tag. He wasn't that scary.
I mean,
Except for the tooth pulling.
You know
Okay.
what?
Okay.
No, thank you.
Advocate for
I
the
just like
Kool-Aid
the little
man.
hand that comes out. Oh, wait a second, allow me to get my special tooth pulling arm.
What if he just knew there was a root canal coming anyway? What if he was just like, you're gonna have to do this, and insurance is only gonna pay for like half of this, and like, let me just.
I mean, I don't want him to help me, but like.
well,
he's
you
just
were not.
trying to
Well,
help.
that's the thing, though. Like the other Miles was passed out on the ground when and if Miles came to, you know.
Yeah, except for
Yeah,
the part
he's
where he
already gone.
drowned on his own blood.
Oh, it wouldn't be that bad.
Your teeth bleed a lot.
That's
Ralph.
true.
Your head bleeds a lot.
That's true.
Okie dokie,
Specifically yours,
Folkaronies.
actually.
Let's go to that drink. Huh?
Yes.
Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, I gotta go do stuff.
Oh, that's what I like
Smell it
about
from
it.
here. I could smell
It's
that.
potent.
I can't. I don't have a sense of smell.
I could hold it.
So
Always
intriguing.
It's hot. I don't like it.
Yes, it's too
Hot.
It smells like.
If this winds up being
Ooh.
Why does it smell like fruit?
Ah, this, you know what this smells like? This is delightful. Wait a second, I think I'm into this. This smells exactly like the inside of the.
That is full.
This
Of
this
course,
smells
I
ex-
get the freaking full.
Of course you do, Brad.
Yeah, this smells like the inside of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah.
It does.
This is comforting.
I don't want to drink.
Okay, so I'm probably going to include a lot of that, just so you know. So we're just going to pick up from wherever I decide to.
Oh, am I good for the sips?
Oh, hang
well,
on.
No, not yet.
We have a little bit of. I will say this is in advance before you sip. This is 2 things that are commonly and deeply enjoyed. One of them is an American national treasure, and the other is a modern national treasure.
So I think one of them is definitely hot chocolate. Like this is giving me very serious hot chocolate
This is
vibes.
Wow, whatever gave you that?
The fact that it's hot and very, very brown.
I'm sorry.
Joke's on you. Steven went to the bathroom, and this is the result.
All right.
Hey, they did say they had a lot of citrus flavored fiber drink.
We do.
We do.
Okay. Well.
if you put
Okay, are we
X-Lax-
ready?
Well,
put
do
X-Lax
you
in
want me
it?
to grab the tubs so we can show people, or do I
No,
just? Can I
let's
I'll
just do it.
tell
Let's
them?
just do it. Let's
do-
ju-
Okay. All right. Salud.
2,
how hot is this going to be?
1.
Like I'm.
Pretty hot.
It's so steamy.
Oh my gosh,
That is
that's
actually really
delightful.
good.
This is awesome.
I love
This
that.
is grape flavored hot chocolate.
This is
Yeah.
probably- yeah. This is nice.
Katie did not like any of that.
Actually, that's so weird.
Talk to me. What's going on? What's
Tastes
Oh.
medicine-y.
Yeah, it literally
see that.
tastes like the purple Tootsie Pops.
Yeah.
Second sip, I think mine might have a little extra powder in it. It's a little.
It's a little grainy.
No, it's just very.
the flavor palette changes as you go
Yeah,
down?
it does, it
It's
does.
chocolatey at the top.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
interesting. So this is Again, I feel pretty good about calling this a warm and cozy after having had it.
I feel warm and cozy.
Yeah, I do. I feel oddly festive.
Katie feels lied to.
So this is
No, I think I know what it is.
so this is hot water from a mostly clean coffee pot. So there might be some coffee notes in there.
I literally washed it out for you.
There was a little bit of a yellow thing going on though.
Yeah, I'm just bad with washing it out. So
It's fine. It's fine.
Permanent stainage.
Nice.
Yeah, this is hot water, Ovaltine, which
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. And I don't remember what company makes it, but it is Lit AF pre-workout in sweet tart flavor.
And what?
Sweet tart flavor.
Yeah,
makes
sip
sense.
sip judiciously because I put a full scoop in each one of these, and that's 300 milligrams of caffeine. So.
Okay, I'm done.
He's like, I was asleep.
I was gonna say, wasn't this the same pre-workout that you used on Sunday? And you're like, I'm so dead, and then
Like 20 minutes later, I was
you're like,
"Woo!"
I can see the sun
We were back
again. Not impressive, but something that can be done.
We were back in the
Don't take
hallway
my
that serves as the
Ovaltine
green room
Smarties.
for church, and
Or
I just
sweet
started
tarts.
You're not gonna
bouncing
sleep
off the
tonight.
walls. It was a
fine.
time. But yeah, this is oddly good. I kind of like this.
Okay, what are we rating? 1 out of 5.
5.
Yeah, I'm rating it a 3. I wouldn't pick this up on a normal day basis, but it's perfectly pleasant.
I might actually try to drink this again tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
one.
with
Spit it back
Josh.
out. Oops, sorry, I kicked the one.
It wasn't bad, but not drinking it again.
Are you guys ready for my conspiracy theory? Will you sip your warm and cozy?
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Okay. Well, this goes with the conspiracy theory because what more do American kids love than to sit back after a day of playing outside in the snow and cuddle up next to the TV where they apparently spoon it in my weird metaphor and then grab a cup of hot cocoa and watch an American classic from 1968. That's right, Frosty the Snowman. What dark, possibly malicious thing could be inside of here for
Are you
Joshua's
talking about
conspiracy?
the runes inside of the snowflakes? You're talking about the runes inside of the snowflakes.
So, let me just get to my thesis since Bradley's so desperate to beat me to it, which is Frosty the Snowman is a demon summoned by evil children. Now,
I'm from an elbow to the temple.
I need room to articulate. I feel so restrained. Okay, so this is a fan theory, right, that came around because people noticed some trends, right? So the first channel that really popularized it was Channel Federator, but it kind of picked up some steam. And I'll go over what the original theory is before I go into my additions. Okay? So, the original theory states that there are some things that you can't ignore about Frosty the Snowman. First and foremost, the kids make the eyes with what?
Coal.
Coal.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting that they would say coal because a key part of the song is that it was warm that day. Now, what time is typically the warmest while there's still snow on the ground? Late spring.
Yeah.
Like early spring. Sorry, I was putting the Northwestern Pennsylvania timescale on it, right? Right.
May.
So, kids who recently were visited by Santa and they make a snowman, but what do they have at their ability?
They're naughty
Coal.
children.
Yes. So the only logical conclusion is that they don't live in Pennsylvania and there was just cheap coal everywhere because it was 1968, but rather that they were naughty children who got coal from Santa. And it is slightly interesting that there's a magician who runs around who can't get the hat to work and produce natural magic, but when the kids use it, they're
sing
able
to
to.
it.
The kids are able to make the magic work in a way that the magician, who is a professor of all things, can't make it work. And Frosty the Snowman naturally skirts authority because when the traffic cop told him to stop, he just continued to run. Now, that's as far as the fan theory is willing to go. And I said, weak argument. Let me pick this apart frame per frame, and I could really get some steam going here, okay?
Do you want to give us the hours researched count
yes.
before
About
we-
4, okay?
Oh my God.
Yes.
I had things I wanted to do today, but it was this, okay? Sorry, I didn't get done with all the laundry today.
Okay.
There's a towel.
All right. So,
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was really interesting when you start Frosty the Snowman. The kids are sitting and waiting. Okay, so for this to work, you have to take the song, and then a year later, the movie came out, right?
Yeah.
So you have to take both of these side by side, right? Mm-hmm. Now, in one of the frames of the... let me start at the beginning. Okay, the narrator says that Frosty the Snowman only came into being because this year's snow was a special snow. It was the first snowfall of the year. We have to disregard what the narrator says, but note what he says about it being a special snow. We move a little further along inside of the 25-minute movie. And what do we see? We get a still shot of the snow. And what does a still shot of the snow look like, knowing that the animators could have made it look like anything on Earth that they wanted to?
Rooms.
No.
No.
It looks like what, I can't remember his name for the life of me now. This is so awkward. Alistair Crowley. This looks like what Alistair Crowley depicted chaos magic at its base looking. It's a point with different lines that go out from it, right? Each one of the snowflakes fall. This is special snow, keep in mind. Now, this falls onto the ground, okay? And the kids are watching the snow. They're not able to go out into the snow because the teacher is keeping them inside. So what do? They draw something on the window. And this is what cost me several hours of my life trying to find, okay? They draw a shape, which I wish... I'll drop it into the group chat, okay?
This will be accompanied with lots of visual support for the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be a lot more effective if I could see what he's talking about.
The movie, yeah.
Oh, everybody wants...
Everybody's
a critic.
Everybody's a critic.
Okay.
I was going to say, if we want to hook the TV up, you could just, pull up what you're looking at on the...
They draw that shape on the window.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some Neanderthalic people might say that's a Christmas tree, but no.
Decidedly not.
I think it's an arrowhead, actually.
Okay. So
Dig in there.
they draw this on the window, and I said, this looks suspiciously like something. Maybe some Neanderthal might say that looks like part of a snowflake. That was my first thought when I saw that. But I said, no, sirree, Bob. This cannot be as simple as that. So I spent 3 hours... Why, thanks, Katie. You should just say that in the podcast so that people don't just randomly laugh. Okay. My wife went ahead and roasted my mother again. Sorry, Bev. So anyway, I spent 3 hours going through catalogs of occultic symbols trying to find a match for it. And it was only when I grabbed the image and then reverse photo Google searched it. Sure, that's a word. I found this.
Buffering.
No, don't open it up in Photoshop. Drag it, dang it! Oh, it did it so well the first time. Okay.
Oh no, what is it?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Combination of three.
This came up.
Bro, 73.
Yeah. So this came up, and it's literally 3 different Nordic symbols combined together to mean, ultimately, triumph. So these children are here stuck inside, not able to go outside and do what they want to. So what do they scroll on the window in their free time? They scroll the Nordic symbol for triumph, and what happens? The teacher's special act that she wanted fails spectacularly, and they're able to go outside. Now this is already slightly suspicious, right? The term of events, the way that things go. Now, they go outside. They start making a snowman. And this is where we're going to start to watch the descent of the main character. The main character inside of Frosty the Snowman is not the titular Frosty the Snowman.
No, it's the girl.
It's the girl, Karen, right? So we start...
The birth of Karen.
So we start with Karen being a sweet, innocent young girl inside of the school ground. And now we're out there, okay? And then two red-haired young kids decide that they're going to build...
Soulless.
They were going to go ahead and build a snowman.
And might I add, two sociopathic redheads, because who builds a snowman with legs?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
true.
a good point.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't build a snowman. They built a thing with working limbs.
Now this is also significant to the story, right? They build the body, but what do they instruct Karen to build? The head. Now, to Karen, who is innocent inside of this process, she doesn't realize that she's beginning the corruption of her body and soul throughout the arc of the 25-minute story. But for them, they realize what they're doing. And why am I so confident that they know what they're doing? Because where else did the two pieces of coal come from besides two kids who were bad the year before? And they were twins. I'm telling you, they were animated the same way. Two bad twins. And they are the only kids who were there who could have put the two pieces of coal on the snowman. Now, throughout the rest of this beginning segment, right? They put the snowman on top. They put the top hat on top of Frosty the Snowman, and he becomes animate. And the magician realizes that his top hat is magic after all, and he tries to walk away with it. But there's a character who keeps coming back inside of the story, and it's interesting because it possesses intelligence beyond what it should. Yes, that's right. Hocus Pocus the rabbit. And Hocus Pocus the rabbit seems to be awfully determined to get this snowman to be animate. So multiple times people tried to make Frosty the Snowman just a normal snowman, but who keeps coming back with the top hat to keep Frosty the Snowman animate? That's right, it is Hocus freaking Pocus, right? So, you're watching this white bunny keep coming back, right? With this top hat, and the kids put it on there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, keep in mind, according to the short movie, it's December 24th, it's Christmas Eve, and they're still in school.
Which is terrible, by the way.
But
it was rough in the 60s.
That's true.
It's December 24th, and all of a sudden, now it's just starting to get too hot for poor Frosty. He can't stay in the area. Why? Well, actually, no, there's stuff before that. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. First
I was going to say, I wanted to hop to the end, too, because something just hit me, and I was like, ooh, tingles, but we'll wait.
Also,
that might be the pre-workout.
How many kids...
Well, we know how long those batteries last now.
Yeah. How many kids...
Frosty.
How many kids are responsible for the making of Frosty the Snowman? 6. Oh. There are 6 kids, and what do they do after Frosty the Snowman becomes animate?
They grab hands and circle around him and sing.
Yes, absolutely. And some sort of weird...
Ritualistic
summoning, Frosty the Snowman becomes animate. So, here inside of this moment, right, he's dancing, and he realizes that he comes alive, and he's starts to say things like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. That's the first words that come out of his mouth. And he's like, weird. Those are the first words to come out of my mouth. I'm alive. I have thoughts. I've never had thoughts before. That's crazy. I'm unlike every other snowman who has ever lived. Wow, what a neat thing to happen to a nice guy like me. Now, we're going to break down why all of this is extremely morally troubling here in a second. Okay, so first off, to prove his sentience, to prove his consciousness, he mentions things like he can think, he can talk. He is aware that other snowmen, and he knows that they cannot do these things.
He's also aware of the social construct of a birthday in the first place.
Now, he also...
Which means he understands the rotation of the Earth around the sun.
Yeah, and he's aware that it is a special day for him because it's his first day. It's almost as if something conscious inhabits him.
Well, and he also knows Santa.
Yeah.
He also knows Santa. Now, this is...
Oh my gosh, you knew what Santa stands for.
Satan.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Okay, stop stealing my thunder. That comes later.
I was gonna say because who brings Frosty back?
Yeah. No, it's like he's aware of the social constraints of what snowmen are usually like, but he's not bound by them. And the song lyrics point this out too. They say what? He's alive as he could be. It's as if everybody realizes that he is not truly alive, but only imitating something as alive as he could be. He is a golem possessing a different flesh. And something else that's interesting, when he's proving that he is sentient, that he is capable of independent thought, he counts, and he says he can count to 10, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he starts to count all funny. He goes 10, 9, 6, 8. There's one number he never says.
7.
Now, why is that significant, boys and girls? Because 7 is the number of our Lord.
8, 9.
Because 7 is the divine number, and he couldn't say it. So he had to call special attention. He was trying to not call special attention to the fact that he could not say 7, so he passes it off as what?
Being dumb.
Ignorance. Now, so he gathers his group of 6 children. Oh, right, no. Now we're getting on to it's suddenly too hot for him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And what's the only possible solution for him?
Go to the North Pole.
Go to the North Pole where it's cold all the time. Well, he decides that he's going to go, and he takes who with him on this journey?
Karen.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And now Karen is Satan.
No. Okay.
A for
Stop trying to jump the gun on this one, okay? So, here inside of this moment, he takes Karen away from the school, away from her parents, away from all of the adults who care about her and protect her, and he decides to isolate her in the North Pole. So they start to go, and he leads a procession with kids following behind him.
Into traffic,
right? And the only adult who tries to stop him, the only adult who sees this situation as weird, is a traffic cop. And what happens to the traffic cop inside of the animated?
He swallows his whistle.
He chokes on a whistle that he swallows. The only person who tries to stop Frosty the Snowman ends up possibly dying off screen because a whistle got lodged in his throat. Okay?
Oh.
Now,
Very loud death, probably.
okay. So they go get a train ticket to the North Pole. They find out it's $3,000.08. And they're poor, right? They can't do that.
Well, they're kids. I wouldn't say they're poor.
They're poor kids. They don't have $3,000 of their daddy's money, okay?
Yeah,
so anyway.
Don't have that American Express black card.
What does Hocus Pocus convince Karen to do?
Hop a train.
Break the law and hop a train. Now,
sorry.
She gets isolated from family, from friends, because now she's the only person on the train with Frosty. And they go...
at least in the cooler car.
Yeah, no. None of the other kids go with her.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying there's other people, like, driving the train. But
Yeah.
It's actually the Polar Express.
Yeah. Now, as we're going on to this train ride, she starts to freeze to death, right?
Yep.
She's brought unconscious, and it's only because Hocus Pocus can communicate to the other animals that they build a giant ritualistic fire to bring her back from the brink of death. Now, while they're out there, the evil magician comes, and then he traps them inside of a random greenhouse.
Poinsettia, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh. It just traps them inside of a randomly placed poinsettia, and he dies, and then...
Who dies?
Frosty.
He melts.
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember any of this, so this feels like a freaking trip.
Yeah, no.
Like, what is going on?
Frosty melts to death while Karen watches, okay? I'm going to
that.
Locked into the green.
Yeah, locked in a greenhouse.
greenhouse.
Karen watches this
In the second
magic entity that she's grown very attached to. She watches him die. And then who shows up at this moment?
Well, no. First, the professor finally unlocks the greenhouse to grab his hat.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, and who shows up?
Sleigh bells.
Freaking Santa. Now, those of you who listened to the last episode know exactly where I stand on Santa.
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago.
The Thanksgiving
know exactly
episode.
where I stand on Santa. Santa is obviously an incarnation of Satan, okay?
Right.
And he is clearly in demonstration of evil here on Earth. Now, but he shows up here and what does he do? Using his own magic, he brings Frosty the Snowman back from death. And if this does not remind you of Revelations 13:3, allow me to read this for you. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed, and the world was filled with wonder. And followed who? The beast. Now,
Wait. The verse, it goes, in a meadow we can build a snowman, which scene shows up in Frosty too. That song's called A Winter Wonderland.
Now, also, hold on, this one's significant. The beast that is in question is the beast of the sea, and what happens when you freeze water?
It turns to ice.
It turns to ice, and ice is a form of snow. So this beast of water comes back from the dead. And what does Santa, Karen, and the beast of water do?
Hop in the sleigh.
No. Before that happens.
Oh, they yell at the magician.
Well, no, he yells at the magician for a while. But no, after that, they join hands.
Oh, yeah.
3 of them. And dance together.
3 is a demonic number.
Well, 3 in mockery of the Holy Spirit
Exactly.
and mockery of the Holy Trinity. Mm-hmm. They dance together.
What happened to Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus was not
It
there
did
inside of the
really
scene
well in the
because
box
Hocus Pocus was not necessary for the rest of the ritual. Because now Satan, the Antichrist, and the girl, now together, corrupted, Santa brings the girl back to civilization. Only after she has died and been brought back, only after she has been forced into criminal activity, only after she has been separated from peers and inside of a moment of extreme isolation has witnessed the coming back of a creature from the dead. And then every year around Christmas, Frosty the Snowman comes back, hearkening back to Revelations 13:4 that says, people worshiped the dragon because he had given authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast and asked, who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it? This has been my conspiracy theory about the demonic origins of Frosty the Snowman.
And the birth of Karens.
And the birth of Karens. So, what do you rate this one on a scale of 1 to 5?
You know, when we first started these segments, I was like, man, these are going to be so dumb.
They're going to be such a reach.
Yeah, and I'm just going to have to, nod and go along. I hate how plausible all these sound.
Bradley, I want you to know that 2/3 of this was my own independent research.
Just amazing. Oh, you really went above and beyond here. Just out of curiosity for when I have to go back to the cooler, how do they build that fire? No reason. No reason.
A deer and 2 birds rub a stick together.
Okay.
So get a deer and 2 birds and you'll be fine.
I can give you.
Do you have a good suggestion for a deer and 2 birds substitute?
I was just saying, do you think we could talk to BK and get one of his
There might
deer
be a
heads mounted
frozen.
in the cooler?
There might
for
be
the
a
next
frozen
video?
turkey in there.
Perfect.
I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, what do you rate this on a scale of 1 to 5?
This is just believability, right? This is the
Yeah.
5.
4.
Okay.
3. No. I think I'm with you on 4. I'm like, 5 is like I'm going to be looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life. 4 is like... I'll be asking God some questions when I die, you know?
My wife is the hardest to please.
I'm going with another 2. I'm more concerned about whether or not it's
You're more concerned about my search history results
No,
now?
I'm more concerned whether or not it's heretical that you used Bible verses to back up a children's movie.
Man, you haven't seen many of these episodes, have you?
I haven't
That's
seen
a common
any
trope.
of them.
I was gonna say, yeah, I haven't watched that.
Okay, well, on the note of heresy, it's not heresy because I'm not stating that this is actual biblical doctrine.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And I'm not saying that Frosty the Snowman is the Antichrist.
He's saying he's a beast.
I'm saying that it is a clear reference to Revelations 13:3.
Yeah.
This is a man-made creation that is using biblical divine words in its own dark image. This is just a reflection of what Revelations looks like.
Okay.
As created by somebody else.
So what do you think?
The look of suspicion did not go away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would depend who I heard this theory from.
So, for hearing it from Josh.
Yeah, it's Josh. You hear a lot from Josh.
The disbelief. The betrayal of this poor man's face.
I'll give you a good 3.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I have to say, I feel as though you could probably try, with the proper application of time and an internet connection, you could probably convince me of just about anything.
It depends on like how serious we're being. Like, if you're joking, I don't believe you. But if you're dead serious, yeah, I'll believe you. But I'll give you a 3.
What? Okay.
All that time for nothing.
I'm with you, Josh. Ride or die, man.
Sheesh. Tough crowd.
So,
I'm in the firm belief that all children's movies are like meant to be horrifying. Like Disney movies, children do not have parents.
Well, and
ever.
that's the part that I find really shocking about all this is there's very little where you had to go outside of the original.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah.
piece.
No, it is really creepy.
It's mainly it's just all
don't believe it.
there.
The movie is creepy. I just don't believe it.
I knew I
You
had a
don't
bad
believe
feeling
that it
about
really
Frosty.
happened, or you don't believe?
I don't believe the connection between the two.
Frosty is #fake news. Didn't happen.
So, as we get ready...
I don't remember any of that, so yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's get into this. The Dream Wanderer. The story was pulled from a Reddit thread about dream interpretation. The following events may be too much for some readers. OP. Hello, dream gurus and enthusiasts alike. I've been having a troublesome reoccurring nightmare. It isn't that it's necessarily scary, it's just weird, and I always wake up with strange bruising. Is there anything that you can think of that could do this?
Hey LP, there isn't a lot of context to go on, but with what little I do have, I would say that you're definitely dealing with some kind of manifestation. Someone is trying to relay a message of some kind to you, and that will be left to you on terms of bruises. I can't really glean any more from that unless you're willing to say more.
Dreamer80085 replies.
I hate to disagree with you, good sir, but I don't think message is the correct word you want to use in this instance. For example, this may be a malevolent spirit simply trying to scare, and they're using the bruises to remind OP that they are always with them.
The Dream Reader replies.
Well, good sir, as you said, a reminder. And what is a reminder but a message?
Dreamer80085 replies.
Well, a message implies deeper meaning, sir, and I think you best mind your elder interpreters.
2 days later. Thank you at The Dream Reader and at Dreamer80085 for your insight. To provide you with a little bit more context, I will recount the version of the dream I just had last night. In the dream, I awake to the sound of a knock. Not a pleasant one, but a looming, booming knock that instantly fills me with dread. I sit bolt upright in my bed to a well-dressed man looming in my doorway. He is pale and faceless. He pulls a pocket watch out of his suit pocket, and his voice fills my head. 1 hour to hide, 3 hours to find. You better do better than last time. I frantically flee my bed and scramble around the house looking for a place to hide. I find a typical hiding place after frantic searching, and I feel the hour chime on his pocket watch. I sit there, too scared to move, to even breathe. Then eventually he finds me. Some nights I do better than others, but no matter what, I haven't made it past the 3-hour mark. He always finds me and pulls a switch out of his suit and slaps me across the wrist. I awake from the dream at the sound of the crack of the switch, and when I wake up, I have a bruise wherever he hit me, and I'm always drenched in sweat. I don't know what to do. Dreamer80085 replies,
What's a switch? Like the game console?
The Dream Reader replies,
Respect my elders, what a load of crap! For those of you too young to remember to know what a switch was, it was used to punish children. Either way, I'm going to give you the best advice I can for this dream. Get good.
Dreamer80085 replies,
Get good? Seriously? That's not advice. That's just crap.
The Dream Reader replies,
Part 2. The good advice. You clearly are struggling with something in the real world that's affecting your confidence. If you simply face the fear in the dream and your real life, it should no longer bother you.
Thank you for the advice at The Dream Reader. I've been struggling with my confidence in some areas of my life, and with that insight, I think I'm going to finally face my fears. Thank you for your encouragement. 1 week later. Hey, I'm back, and I have some good and some bad news. I've confronted my real-world issues, and I had the dream again last night, and this time it was different. I still woke up to the sound of knocking and went hiding in my house. But this time, I felt the gong of 3 hours go by, followed by the faceless man appearing in front of me in my hiding place, saying the simple phrase into my head, You have done well. Be ready for the real-world challenge. It is about to begin. Good luck. I awoke in real life and saw outside my window a switch sitting on the windowsill and the footprints of a fancy dress shoe in the snow, walking away from my window. Is this really happening?
Oh, it's really happening. Thanks to you, our master has finally been able to escape the dream world. You have unlocked him. Thanks, Op, or should I say Elton John Bliley. We're super grateful for all your help. We'll be keeping our eye on you, so don't think about running. You're too useful. So stay where you are, or we'll be forced to intervene. Long live the Night Walker, King of Dreams!
Nice.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Nice.
All right, so, yeah, ladies, what did you think of the story of the Nightwalker, King of Dreams?
I definitely had a feeling from the beginning. I mean, the biggest hint being that he was actually injured, that it was just a real person.
So every night he was just
being beaten.
Yeah, he thought he was dreaming because he didn't want to believe that some random stranger broke into his house, forced him to hide for hours on end, and then just beat him for not hiding long enough.
Well, some people forget that this is the pastimes of the bourgeoisie that the proletariats use to keep us oppressed. But never forget that it's the proletariat's ability and right to stand up to the oppressions and abuses of the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Fun times.
See, dude. I just think it's good that he, didn't ask for police or anything. He just went straight to online. He's like, hey, I'm having this issue.
Right, help me.
Yeah.
Man, I keep waking up covered in bruises. What you think?
Instead of calling the police, like, yeah, I'm going to ask for online people to help me.
Wait, Tressa, do you think if you call the police and you say, Hey, hi, state police. Hey, Adam, hold on a second. I'm having a dream of, let's see. I'm getting beaten with a switch every night, and then I wake up and I have a bruise. Can I talk to, I don't know, somebody in the police dream department?
Maybe not an officer, but like he didn't go to like
Dream Force.
You're just sleeping, and then all of a sudden you like wake up and you see a like old man with a like a Magnum PI mustache and two like revolvers just sitting next to you, and he's like, "All right."
Okay, maybe he didn't need a police.
Inception,
Maybe he
Drina.
needed a therapist.
The revolvers have dream pictures hanging from them.
No, those are the handcuffs.
Yeah.
There it is. Legitimately, like the alternative, like to this post going up, it could have just been like, "Hey, dreamers of Reddit, I'm blah blah blah, and there's someone in real life hitting me with a stick. Ask me anything."
Hi, dreamers of Reddit. I keep having this reoccurring dream where I keep falling in love with a husky. Tell me what this means.
What does it mean?
So like I love this on two fronts. I love this on the front where it is like anything that's got that like Cthulhu reminiscent like idea of like manifesting a concept into reality. I think it's just really fascinating, and I think I enjoy like the danger and like the power that thought has as a concept. But I also equally adore this on a concept level of someone is just an actual person showing up in your house, somehow causing you to dream things and then hitting you and running away. I'm not sure which I like better.
I truly don't think he was dreaming at all. I think he's just stupid. He just doesn't understand the difference.
When you realize your sleep paralysis demon is actually just
You think Elton John Bliley's just a moron?
Yeah, I do, honestly.
I mean, no, I was gonna say this one was a little bit creepier for the fact that it could be what was the word?
Who?
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah, sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if y'all have ever experienced that, but it is the worst thing ever. Yeah. Like, I have it on a consistent basis, and I wake up, and it looks like I'm in the room that I'm in. So yeah, he's probably just walking around his house. But it feels like you're never going to get out of that dream, and you're just screaming and trying to get out of there. So like, if that happened to me, I'd be panicking. And then if I found out that, like...
You were taking actual damage from it? Like,
or if someone... and like, where they said, like, oh, you freed him, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm never sleeping again because I'm gonna get stuck in there, and then I'm gonna panic, and then I'm gonna, no,
Wait,
that one was worse.
Is this the freaking Hat Man? Do you guys know about the Hat Man?
Oh, I know all about the Hat Man.
Is this the freaking Hat Man?
This is the freaking Hat Man.
It could be the freaking
Okay,
Hat Man.
for people who don't know, this is like a sleep paralysis culture thing, which weird words to put next to each other, but. So, like, the Hat Man is supposedly this this entity that is, like, a lot of people's shared sleep paralysis demon. Like, you know, like, they get, you know, they find themselves in the midst of being, like, locked in. And usually there's, like, just a tall, dark figure, sometimes just a silhouette, sometimes, like, in a suit, in, like a top hat, basically. That's like in the corner of their room or something. And like, I've always like kind of interpreted that as like that pile of clothes in the corner that I think is a person, you know, like, you know, wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I don't know about that. But, so the Hat Man is like a shared thing that's happened between thousands of different people. And it's actually also been directly tied. Don't try this at home. Do not try this at home. It's been directly tied to, microdosing Benadryl. Increases your likelihood of having an encounter with the Hat Man. So like, and when I say microdosing, it's kind of macrodosing. It's like people will like sit down before they go to sleep and take like 8 or 10 Benadryl and like wait for the Hat Man basically, which is horrifying. Yeah, don't try any of this. But part of me is like, this kind of matches up with the MO just a little bit.
And if you're taking, 8 to 10 Benadryl, you might not be, lucid enough to realize that it's not a dream.
Also, if you take like that much Benadryl, you might just not wake up. Like, really, just don't try this. Just don't ever try this.
So, scale to 1 to 5. How scary do we think this is?
Can we give 2 different scores?
Sure.
Okay, because, like, if this is, like, you manifested something into reality, that's really scary. Like, the idea that like you were like, you know, like I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase before, like beware the eyes are not the windows to the soul, they are the doors, beware what may enter them. You know, I think that's a Doctor Who quote actually, but the idea that, you know, something from our dream states could just kind of like permeate reality is like really scary, and actually something that, you know, if that's a concept level thing in real life that would happen, like you'd like never sleep again, like Freddy Krueger style, like just you know, like do whatever you can to avoid it forever. If this is just some guy coming into my house and hitting me with a stick and leaving, I'm a little less scared. Like, part of me is like, okay, like, it's pretty easy to just, like, change the locks, you know?
I'll change the locks on my front door.
I don't know about you guys, but my real dreams are way scarier than some random guy telling me to play hide and seek and then just, like, bad. Like I get kidnapped, tortured, all the fun stuff. So, you know, I don't think it's that scary. I think it's like a 3.2.
Oh, we've never gone into tense.
Even if it is like a manifesting and he just kind of like appears, like, yeah, he's probably someone else's problem now. So, yeah, not really.
He's just an 1800 school teacher that didn't learn that we don't hit kids anymore.
Yeah, like. It's just like a ruler. Like, you're fine. Get over it. You have a little bruise on your hand.
I'd give this y'all, any faithful listener or, you know, anybody who knows me knows that I don't do well with just anything at night, really. Like people waking me up, people being too close, people staring at me while, like, you know, just like bent over while I, you know, make eye contact. That's the first thing I see, you know. It doesn't go well. So, like, with that in mind, I am going to give this like a 4 because, yeah, it's getting up there.
Once the sun goes down, your tolerance for things just goes down as well.
Yeah, why do you think Donut Man scared the ever-loving Jesus out of me?
I'm so happy that's a canon event now.
I think I'm kind of with you though, Steven. Like, it just depends. Like, if it's just like an angry man that's like, it's like a cat, you've angered him and he just comes in and is like, it's like, okay, bro, you get out, I'll close the door. Like, but if it's
got
something,
you mad, bro, energy, you know?
Yeah.
Like...
And it's like, I can hit you back. Like, but no, if it's something that's like escaping your dreams and like, it will just constantly be there and come for you. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Just take 38 Benadryl and then you don't ever have to worry about it again.
And then die is the end of that
Don't do that.
Josh looks confused.
I'm... Okay. You're telling me, in the God's honest truth, okay, that if a man broke into your house and beat you with a stick, you would not find that moderately scary.
One time.
No, it's not. It happens like every night. Every night someone breaks into your house and then beats you with a stick.
Every night. Like,
Okay,
he
look.
beats you one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
On the head.
Every night, someone consistently gets past your defenses, breaks in. That's so much worse.
Lives in Union City.
hey man, it's a castle doctrine state. What can I say?
I kick him so much in his sleep on accident. Like while we're sleeping on accident, he wakes up with like a million bruises.
I was like, Josh, I feel like you don't understand that. I mean, sleeping next to Katie, I feel like she's just like constantly hitting people.
No.
That was just you.
No. Didn't you hear that? He wanted to avoid another week on the
couch. Board.
No.
Yep. Okay. Well played.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was no, as in, no, falling asleep next to Katie is kind of like falling asleep next to a very loving, very beautiful.
This is him trying to take away.
Very sweet squid. You just lay down. Next thing you know, it's just like. It's like the knee goes over your knee and just like locks in, and then you can just kind of hear like the mechanical fleshly lock of the joints like permanently bonding, and then that's it. It's like, okay, if I have to pee, I'm wetting the bed because the only way I'm getting out is morning.
Like if a boa constrictor didn't realize that it was killing you, like, you know, like if it was like this is great, things are fine, and it's just Yep, I died.
Yeah, I understand, Steven.
Yeah, no, I am that partner. So like,
I just want to be on my side and you be on your side. Little House on the Prairie style. Just, you stay over there.
What, you see the two
we
twin
have like
beds
a
and you're
parallel.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We have like a 38th parallel, like demilitarized zone kind of thing going on, because otherwise I just starfish across the entire bed like a jerk.
Yeah.
Back on track. What do you two rate this?
I think manifesting a dream demon is less terrifying than a man coming in and beating me with a stick. Now, hear me out. Here's my arguments for it, okay? If I pulled them out, presumably I could pull them back in. Also, secondarily, they need me. They're not going to kill me. Yeah, they said that I'm needed. Do you know how long in my life I've wanted someone to tell me that they need me? Do you know how much emotional contentment I would get from the fact that someone needs me?
That's really
That
funny.
would be like as great as my dad telling me he was proud of me. That's just like high tier. So no, I don't. That's not scary. I have a dream demon who loves me. I'm his daddy. Okay? I pulled him into this world. But a man who comes in and beats me every night, one night he's going to get tired of beating me with switch. One night I'm going to wake up with two.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Katie, don't you love our podcast?
Yeah, no, I feel like none of y'all have like actual sleep paralysis or like sleep anxiety, or else you wouldn't be laughing. You'd be like internally crying and not wanting to sleep tonight. Because I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going home and I will be awake all night.
What?
Yeah, for real. That is so scary to think about. I hate going to sleep. I hate sleeping.
Oh.
Thanks.
That's why like everyone's just like, oh, this is funny, haha, you've been beat. No, I don't want to go. I never want to sleep. You know, I really don't want to sleep. Oh my goodness.
Well, I think you got a 5 from Katie.
Yeah, that landed well.
My first 5.
So anyway,
Moving on.
I think you got a 5 from Katie. You get a, I don't know, it's a...
I feel like my numbers have changed.
I feel like if it was a sleep paralysis demon that and a creepy cult of people who all need me, I'm pitting that to a 1 because that's honestly life goals to be needed. If it's a man who's coming into my house and beating me every night, that's a 5. That's my personal space. That's my sleeping zone. Don't beat me.
Katie's real life experience, she gets a 5. You're sorry.
Yeah.
I went from a 3 to a 0. Pales in comparison.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, this time I did something different.
Yeah, I was going to say, so as normal, we close these out with our wonderful AI-generated stories. Today is called Frozen Tag, which I think Bing was trying to...
No, I did something different. I told it to make me a movie script based...
Ooh!
So now everybody's got roles.
Okay.
So what color
1, 2,
is...
3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's technically 6 roles, so who wants to read the least?
Ovaltine is a character.
Ovaltine is a character.
Oh, and Frosty. So there's a narrator and there's Frosty.
Yes. Yeah, no, so, Tressa, if you want to read Frosty.
Sure.
It's just one line.
Sure.
And then, Lucy, I think, is the second least. So, if someone who doesn't want a lot of reading lines wants to do Lucy.
Sure.
Okay.
I like being told what to do.
Okay. And then let's just go through it. Ovaltine goes to Bradley. Sarah goes to Steven. Emma goes...
Wait, there's 4 girls?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you just have... Oh, wait, there's 3 girls, aren't we?
Yeah.
I was like, why are the girls not the girls?
She was counting
I could do
I'm the fourth
Frosty and the other
girl.
girl. Because Frosty's only one line.
Okay.
You got your work cut out for you. You got to sound like chocolate powder somehow. Good luck.
Now, how about why don't you do narrator and...
Yeah. Okay.
Narrator and Frosty, because there's Lucy, Emma, Sarah, Ovaltine.
Yeah, I think everybody has a role. I think I gave everybody a role, so we're good. Okay.
No, you're Emma, right? Yeah. Or you, Emma.
I thought I was
Lucy, Frosty, you're Sarah.
I thought
No,
it was
you're Ovaltine.
Ovaltine.
Steve and Sarah. That
So
makes
I'm
you
Emma.
Emma.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think it was.
And then you're narrating.
Yes. Interior, cabin, night. The cabin is nestled deep in the snowy woods. The wind howls outside and the fireplace crackles. 4 women, all wearing winter coats, sit around a table.
Why did we agree to this? Playing tag with Frosty the snowman in the middle of nowhere?
It's just a silly game, Lucy. Besides, it was Ovaltine's idea.
I thought it would be fun. Frosty's been lonely all these years.
Lonely? He's a snowman.
Well, he's got a soul, Sarah, and he's been watching us.
The women glance at the window. Frosty stands outside, his cool eyes fixed on them.
This is insane. We're grown women.
Tag, you're it.
She touches Lucy's shoulder. Lucy gasps as Frosty's shadow moves closer.
No fair. You didn't say not it.
Too late. You're Frosty's target now.
Lucy bolts out the cabin, Frosty hot on her heels. Exterior, snowy clearing night. Lucy runs through the snow, Frosty getting on her. She glances back and screams,
He's real. Frosty's real.
Emma, Ovaltine, and Sarah follow, laughing.
Tag, Lucy.
Lucy stumbles, and Frosty touches her shoulder. She freezes, her breath visible in the icy air.
You're it.
Lucy's eyes widen as Frosty melts into the snow, disappearing. Interior, cabin, later. The remaining women huddled by the fireplace.
We have to find Lucy. Frosty's playing for keeps.
But how? He's made of snow.
We need to play the game right. Tag him back.
They venture outside, Frosty's laughter echoing.
Tag, Frosty.
Wait, no, I was waiting for Teresa to give us a laugh there. Okay, exterior, snowy woods, night. The women chase Frosty, dodging trees and icy patches.
Tag, Frosty.
Frosty stumbles, but he's fast.
We need a plan.
They lure Frosty towards the frozen lake.
Tag him when he's distracted.
As Frosty steps onto the ice, they surround him.
Tag.
Frosty's cold eyes widen. He melts, sinking into the frozen water.
Did we win?
But Frosty's laughter echoes from beneath the ice.
You're it now.
The women scream as Frosty's frozen hand bursts through the surface. Fade out.